everyone, my name is Alpha. Welcome to plummysims and welcome to another speed build. I hope you're all doing well and having such a fantastic day. So, today we are building in the world of Von-Windenburg, and this is actually my second installment of this kind of like a winter Christmassy theme build week. So the first one was posted on Monday, I think, and actually it was the first time. I thought it was supposed to be posted on like late November or something, but I think I wrote the deadline wrong on my notes, so that's why it got posted like a few days ago. And I know that one was not very Christmassy, and that's because I thought it's supposed to be like released on the late November, so that's why. But anyway, today I'm building a build for another collab called Winter Wonderland save file. Yes, this is a save file, so you'll get like a whole world filled with like so many buildings. So I chose this 64 by 64 lot in the island area of Windenburg, and actually this is actually my first time building in a 64 by 64 lot. And yeah, that's really something, because at first I really wanted to go with the like a 30 by 20 lot or like maximum 40 by 30, because I think those lot types kind of like a safe size, I would say, because typically I do like a regular size build, like medium size build on either 30 by 20 lot or 40 by 30, but since everything's taken and I can't choose that size, so I had to go with either like a 20 by 15, I think, or 20 by 20, I'm not really sure, and this one over here. So there are two 64 by 64 lot, if I remember correctly. I'm not really sure, but this one is a 64 by 64 lot, and this is actually my first time ever building in a 64 by 64 lot, and I played a lot with the terrain paints. So if you watch my, I'm not sure what did I call that, like Lebanese inspired home or something, I did like a crazy terrain manipulation thing with this like a huge like raising up driveway to the very top of the lot, if that makes sense. And that was actually the like practice moment for me before I hop off to this, because as you can see on the screen, we have like several different heights of the terrain leveling over here, and I thought it would be like really hard for me, but turns out it's not that hard, especially because everything covered in snow, and I really like can't see everything very too detaily, if that makes sense, because typically I will like perfecting this little area even though it's actually okay. So because everything is covered in lot, I didn't really do much about the detailing. I mean, yes, I still detailed it, but not as much as I usually go to. So we have like a tiny village over here, and the main reason why I built this, because I was on Pinterest the other day, of course, and I came up with this image of like a snow globe with tiny little like a like city village, something like that, inside of it, and it looks really cute, and I just want to recreate that. I mean, inspired by that tiny globe, and that's why I built this. And you have no idea how stressful it was for me when I was building this. I mean, I was kind of regret choosing this build because this is such a huge lot and I don't know what to fill in. And since it's snowing, I mean, when I built this, somehow my game became very laggy. I mean, yes, I used Reshade and I thought my PC could handle it, but sometimes it just like a bit laggy here and there, and I had to save every like 5 minutes, I would say. And it took me, I mean, all of the footage that I have is a little over 7 hours long, but this build took me 2 days to finish, which is literally insane, because I know it's going to be a very long build, but I didn't expect that it'll be like a like a 2 whole days of process. So I was very tired when I finished this, and even after I finished with the whole like thing with the terrain paints too, I came back to this lot the other day just to do like the whole screenshot and took the video for the intro, and I realized that there's some like terrain area, like the land, like terrain tools area, not terrain tools, actually terrain, like the height of the terrain was kind of like a bumpy situation, so I had to fix that. And I did a lot of things off camera, so I hope you're okay with that, because otherwise it will be like a 45-50 minutes long of a video, and I'm afraid it will be like very boring. So I had to cut some parts off, especially where I like fixed the terrain thing, like the smoothing everything out, and also the floor plan section, because here's the thing, we have 5 tiny-ish builds over here, and 2 of them are like a small house with 1 bedroom and 2 bathrooms maximum each. So the other 3 are community lots, and we have 2 small houses, and we have 1 bar, and we have, wait a second, I'm not sure either bar or lounge, but I believe we have lounge, we have cafe, I would say, and we have restaurants. So you could choose whichever lot type you prefer, because when I was building this, I did change the lot type thingy, like the drop down lot type thingy, just to make sure that it'll work for each lot type. So yeah, I play tested this too, like fully play tested, and I'm very surprised actually. Up until now, I'm still surprised that I didn't change anything at all. I mean, everything just worked fine, and I think that's because I didn't really like put too much like clutter. So yeah, but it took me 2 full Sims days to like play tested everything, and also I did decorate the whole builds with presents and like a Christmas trees, and what else, like basically Christmas decorations, mostly off camera, because it'll be very, I would say it's a bit boring and a bit repetitive, so I had to do that off camera. And I'm not sure if you notice this, but I'm a bit rambly today, because it's been like, I don't know, 2 weeks since the last time I do a voiceover, because by the time I'm going to make this video go live, I will be out of town. I will have some holiday, because it's been way too long since the last time I had my holiday. So yeah, I will be out of town for a couple of weeks. I will still bring my laptop just in case, and but I'm not going to bring my PC because it's super huge and I don't need this whole setup. And yeah, basically I'll be out of town by the time I post this. So anyway, this is second home actually, and I use a ton of packs. I am so sorry. I always feel bad whenever I use like gazillion amount of packs, but for this build I really need to, especially get together, of course, and not cats living, what is that, cottage living, cats and dogs, and I would say, what else, seasons, of course you need seasons to have snow, and snowy escape too, but mostly like cottage living, get together. I used a lot of items from those 2 packs, and I used some Realm of Magic countertops, which is really fun. I love that, but since I realized that not a lot of people have Realm of Magic, I most of the times not use it. But we are basically finished with the first 2 builds, like sub builds, if that makes sense. So the first 2 houses, or all of the houses, are basically just done, and we are like going back to the landscaping, and I put a ton of stuff here, like the oversized Christmas tree. It's actually the seasons one. I could be wrong, but I think it is. And I set it up like, I don't know, 4 to 5 times maybe. But you have no idea how impressed I am with the lighting on this lot. Even though I have to build it backwards, the best lighting was actually on the back side of the lot, and that's why I had to build it backwards. I mean, I did that all of the time, especially when the lot has like weird lighting. So yeah, but anyway, I changed the time of the day like over and over, from day to evening to night, just to see if the lighting, I mean, that I put is enough. But sometimes with Christmas builds, I just realize it now, and this is actually the last build that I've built for this whole week, for this Christmas theme, winter theme build week. And with this Christmassy build, or like festive builds, I would say, there is no such thing as enough lights. I just want more and more and more, and I think the lights makes it more like, I don't know, more festive and more beautiful. I just really love this world, especially the island part. It's so beautiful, and the lighting is just perfect. I really like it. And actually, I didn't really put anything on the balcony yet, but I will go back to that part over there like later when I do the whole, like the exterior furniture, if that makes sense. So we still are putting on some lightings here. I have no idea what lights that I put here, but I think I can see some seasons, the toddler or kids room lighting, and also parenthood, and the like free winter pack, no, free, what is that, free like stuff pack, holiday celebration stuff pack. And also I want to mention this, that last week, I think on Thursday, I streamed on YouTube for the first time. I was very nervous, and I'm so glad everything went fine. But I've mentioned on my, I don't know, like last month video, I would say, that I will be streaming eventually by December or maybe early next year. And I tried that for the first time last week, and it was really fun. And I think I'll post that build that I built on stream later. I mean, by the time I do this voiceover, it's not done yet. I still have to do like one more room and then the exterior, but it's halfway done. So yeah, I'm going to post that, and maybe next time I'll do stream on Twitch. I still have to figure out everything though, because the whole setting on Twitch is kind of like freaked me out a bit, because they have so many things that I have to figure out first, and I still need to learn the thing, you know, with Twitch. So maybe I'll do that soon-ish. And anyway, actually I have no idea what's going on my screen right now, because my playback screen is very laggy here. Usually it doesn't do something like this, but it's very laggy, and I'm not sure what's going on my screen right now. But I think we're still putting on some lights, I would say, and some decoration for the outside. And actually we are now on the first community lot. What is this? Is this a lounge or restaurant? I think it's a restaurant. I really can't see the like title or lot type on the top left, but I think it's a restaurant, because we have this like kitchen setup here from Dine Out. And if you want to make this as a restaurant, you need to have Dine Out. And I tried to make the kitchen look a bit more modern, because we have no other like kitchen chef setup thing that looks a bit more like more normal looking, not very industrial style, I would say. So yeah, just bear with me on that. And we have like just a few seatings on the first floor, and then for the second floor we have a few more, I would say. I built this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't remember that much because I have a lot of builds going on right now, and I couldn't like cope with which one is which and what's going on each build. But this is the restaurant part, and I tried to make every single build look like very different from each other. I mean, the exterior should be very the same, they just have different colors, but the interior, I mean, they still look kind of like an oldie restaurant, if that makes sense, but I want them to have like a more characteristic for each build. So this one over here is kind of like a old restaurant type of thing. It's more like family restaurant, if that makes sense. We have 2 toilets here, and I make sure everything function properly because this is a save file and I need to do that. Sometimes if I like do a build, like a regular build, like I don't know, maybe just a tiny house or something, I could sacrifice if like there's something that not function like fully function, if that makes sense. So maybe like you can't eat on the like dining table, but you can actually eat on the couch, something like that. But since this is a save file, I really had to make everything works just perfectly. And we are basically finished with the first community lot, which was the restaurant, and we are now on the second community lot, which is the cafe, I would say. And I have 2 builds that actually built on diagonal tiles, and if you've been building on a diagonal, you probably knew that building on diagonal is so much pain. Like, you have no idea how many times I tried to like figure out the floor plan. Took me forever, especially because staircase can't work on diagonal. They only work on like horizontal or like vertical tiles, if that makes sense. So yeah, the floor plan is a bit weird, especially this area over here. It's actually was for like a regular house, but when I do the floor plan as for the house, like a residential, it looks even weirder. So I kept on this, and I decided to do this kind of like a cafe for the youth people, for the youngster, like for like kids and teens and maybe young adults. Maybe they want to like hang out here with their friends, and maybe they I don't know, they do their homework here, and maybe they, I don't know, buy some like breads or cookies or brownies or anything here, some hot cocoa, something like that. And didn't really clutter that much, as I mentioned, but that's necessary because I want this to look like a real life cafe, like coffee shop to be exact, because I've been to like a couple different coffee shops here, my local coffee shops, and normally they don't have a ton of clutter. So yeah, and that barista over there, that's because I accidentally put my game into live mode and the barista suddenly appeared there. So just don't mind him, it's totally fine. The bathroom is humongous though, but I can't figure out any thing for the triangular shape room over there. So yeah, the bathroom is big. But anyway, this cafe over here, the downstairs, it has this kind of like a hangout spot for like a bar section, like a bar height table, if that makes sense. And for the upstairs, we have the more like a cozy lounge with couches and also with the single seaters. And I just want to make them look very different because on my local Starbucks here, they have this kind of like a regular, like a kind of like dining seating area, if that makes sense. And they also have this kind of like a more laid back couches area and also the bar height, something like that. So I kind of imagine it that way. And the upstairs has TV, so you can actually run this as a bar, because I do have a, what is that, the bar thingy on the other lot, I think. And we have a football table, which is really fun. And I think for this type of lot, it needs to have a football table. I wish I did put the dartboard because it will be really fun, but I wasn't sure where to put that, so I just basically didn't put it, and it took me a lot of time to put these whole decorations. I mean, they're so cute, you have no idea how much I love them, but it took me a while, especially the parenthood lightings. It makes everything looks more magical and festive, and I just basically love them. And we are basically finishing up with the fourth build, and we also have a few seating space on the outside, so if you want to do like you buy something from the cafe or from the restaurant and you want to eat it outside, it'll be fine. But I just realized it now that it'll be a hot mess when you run this build as a restaurant, and it'll take forever to get your meals to you, because I play tested my gravesite diner like on mid-October. It's actually a build for Halloween, and it took me like, I don't know, a full day to get the meal to my sim self, the sim that I play tested with. And yeah, it's not very pleasing, and it's just a tiny diner, like a container size diner, which is not that big, and it still took them so long to bring my meals. So yeah, I could imagine how messy it will be when you like run this as a restaurant, but it's an option though. I give you option, and you can run this as, I don't know, either a restaurant or cafe or lounge over here, because we also have a bar. Yeah, so I think this is going to be like a live music lounge build, if that's my sense. So I just wanted to build a lot of community lots on this build, especially because I feel like I'm not that good with community lots, because I tend to build like residential lots over and over and over, and even though I've been building like a lot of community lots lately, I feel like I'm still not that good with community lots. So this was really fun to make, and I'm just so happy with how everything turns out. And we have this kind of like a void area that you can see the live music to like from upstairs to downstairs, something like that, because I've seen some places that have this kind of situation both in real life and on screen from several different movies. So yeah, and actually this is the last build that I will be decorating, and after this I think we'll be heading on to the exterior part. And I had to mention this, but when I felt like I finished with this build, I went back to this lot, but from like map, and then directly hit the like build button, if that makes sense. And when I went to this build, somehow the snow was gone, like they're all gone, and I'm not sure why, but I think that's the perfect time for me to fix the terrain paints. So you won't see the terrain paints part on this speed build because I didn't record that at all. And also it's going to be very strange when you see like the whole like full snow over here, and then you see like it in summer. So I didn't do that. And also I'm not sure if I record that and accidentally change the season or the time of the game, I'll get this many snow again, this beautiful lighting when I went back. So I decided just not to. And yeah, actually we are basically like putting up a lot of lights here and some furnishings for the outside. And this was actually an hour long before I cut everything out, and then after I cut several parts out, it was like 30 something, but I managed to cut more parts because I thought they're all very repetitive and it's kind of boring to see the thing over and over. So I cut that out, and it was like a 30 minutes long, like almost 30 minutes, like 29 something. So I'm so glad with the length of this video. It's not super long, but still, this is still one of my longest video ever, and my throat is hurt like a bit now. And I hope you're okay with that, because otherwise it would be like too long and too boring. And yeah, but anyway, we are basically finishing up with the whole exterior, and I tried to put a ton of decorations here. It's kind of like ridiculous by how long it took me to do the whole, like putting the lights on, and then the rats and the Christmas banner, something like that. It's actually looked really magical because we don't have snow here, and I have to say this over and over because I really wish I have snow here, but unfortunately no, because I live in a tropical country. I live in Indonesia and we don't have snow, but it's okay. It's rainy season anyway, even though it's very hot lately, like 30 something degree for the past 2 days. And then even though it should be like wet and very rainy, but I'm fine. I can see all of the magic of the winter and Christmas through screen. It's totally fine. And yeah, I think that's it. I just have to put up a lot more lights and trees and bushes and some more decoration. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm sorry for the rambliness of my voiceover today. It's been a very long time since the last time I do a voiceover. So yes, since basically we are just have to putting up a little bit more decoration pieces on the outside, we'll be heading onto the screenshot in just a little bit. So if you want to download this build, this has been up on the Sims 4 gallery. You could find it under my EID, which is elfathiera, or under the hashtag plummysims. You could also find the download link on the description box below. It'll bring you to my Ko-fi website. It'll have 2 different links. So the first one is the direct gallery download link that will bring you to the EA website gallery, and the second link is for the tray files. And also I'll put every single participant and also the host of this collab, it's my Sims YT. I will put every single information on the description box below, and there will be a save file for this collab. I will put the download link for the save file, I think on 18th or 19th, I'm not sure, but once it's available, I'll update the description box to put the download link for the save file, and also I'll announce it on my IG stories, so you can access whichever you prefer. So anyway, I have to say a massive thanks for Michaela for inviting me to this collab, and it's been such a pleasure working with her, especially knowing her builds are so incredible. But anyway, I have to go because it's super hot here and my aircon is still broken. It'll get fixed tomorrow. So anyway, we're just basically finishing up with the build, put on some more decorations here and there, and we'll be heading on to the screenshots. So if you want to download this build, this has been up on the Sims 4 gallery. You could find it under my EID, which is elfathiera, or under the hashtag plummysims. You could also click the link in the description box below that will bring you to my Ko-fi website. It'll have 2 different links. So the first one is the gallery download link, and the other one is the tray files link from Simfashare. Yeah, I'm going to put the participant list on the description box below, as well as the save file download link once it's available. And please make sure to check out all of the participants. So all of the information you needed is in the description box below. So yeah, I think that's it. I really hope you did enjoy this video, and if you do, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Also make sure to be subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to, you could also ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. So yeah, I'm going to sign off right now. Thank you so very much for joining me today and supporting my channel. Enjoy the rest of the screenshots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!